There's no better time to find these tremendous Mazda savings than right now at Team Mazda. Get 0% financing on any new Mazda CX-5, Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-50, or the Mazda CX-90. Find out just how much you can save at Team Mazda on Airline.
Welcome to it, everybody. Can you even hear us yet? Oh, wait for the mic. There
we go.
The 9 is now on WAFB Plus. We don't want to stop talking about it. We want to continue to talk about it. If you're with us at the back end of the show, we saw the bus breast cancer event. Incredible event. Yeah. October is going to be obviously Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Can't be a part of this fight enough. UMC that event last night.
Oh, it was awesome.
You never say no, obviously, to these incredible women.
How do you say no?
You don't, is the answer. And you didn't again. Inspiring.
I mean, you talk about breast cancer survivors, right? And you think about the traditional person who gets cancer. In your mind, you probably think of a certain mold, but it's not the case.
It's not. My sister's actually a breast cancer survivor.
How old is she?
She's about my age, but she was diagnosed in her 20s.
Oh, wow.
And actually had to battle it in her 20s, very, very young. It was aggressive, but ended up having a double mastectomy, went through the whole thing, the reconstruction. She's great now. Of course, she's in remission. I mean, that was almost 20 years ago, but yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it's not always an older age. It can happen to younger people as well.
That's why you have to get screened. You have to do these self-breast exams. You have to get mammograms, especially last night we're talking all about this. No one's journey is the same. There's so many different stories, right? We're all touched by it, whether it's someone in our family, whether it's someone we love, whether it's a friend, you know somebody who's going through it. And so last night you had 19 different breast cancer survivors walk the stage, and they were at different parts of their journey, some going through the treatment as we speak. It takes a lot of guts to walk up there in a bra and the whole attire, but you're being celebrated. The whole night is all about survivorship and celebration. And of course you're raising money. It's a fundraiser, right? Cause. And we talk about all these parties with a purpose, and this is such a great one when you talk about honoring people's story, getting that money and turning that back into the community so more women have a starting point, something to gauge a mammogram on. And when you talk about women in their 20s and 30s, and we honored some of the breast cancer former models who have walked the stage before who have died, right? We're talking about women with triple negative breast cancer diagnoses, and it's just, that is so hard to beat. And when you get it again, we're talking about women who have died in their upper 20s, young 30s. It is crazy when you talk about these stories. We cannot highlight this enough.
Well, we were talking about yesterday on the show as well. Yeah. We had them on the show, being able to raise money. Look, for those who have access to a doctor and can make that doctor's appointment and have that regular checkup, that great, continue to do that. Not everybody has that access. And so you put that equipment and those doctors and those nurses, big old bus, and you go to where the people are. And that's what a lot of this money goes towards, making sure that that kind of care can get to where they are.
That's it. 36 parishes it travels.
And yours said 20 years cancer-free?
My sister, yes. Yeah, she was diagnosed in her 20s.
Wow. Is there a particular time after your scans are continued to be cleared that you're considered cured?
I don't think they ever consider it that. It's always something that she's checking up every year, every single year. I mean, so cured, I don't know if I would say that, but they have, because of events like these, they have made tremendous strides, and the doctors will tell you breast cancer is not the death sentence that it was once upon a time, and it has a lot to do with events like the one that UMC. They've made huge strides in a lot of different cancers, but I would say breast cancer, they made some of the biggest strides.
And I tell you, we have so many great resources here, from Women's Hospital to Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. You are not alone in this fight. There are people here to guide you through this process. And every year we talk about this event, but a lot of the women are like, this is a sisterhood you do not want to be a part of. But when you're a part of it, you're in. We've got you. We've got your back.
Well, here's a little tease just for the viewers of 9 News Now. This will not be said on television for a month or so. I'm going to No Shave November for cancer research.
That's right.
I'm going to grow the beard in No Shave November.
Movember,
Go Grizzly, G-E-A-U-X Grizzly is the promotion. It will raise some money, hopefully, for more cancer research.
Well, look, September, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, October, Breast Cancer Awareness. You know what? Just be aware. Have the conversations with your doctor. Be your best advocate. And do what you can to stay healthy, you and your family.
That's it.
And early detection is huge. And of course, we were talking about Baton Rouge with men with colorectal and prostate, and how bad it is. If you pick up on it early, though, it's very survivable. That's the thing.
All right. You know what would help us all? Nice calm day along the False River. How are we doing out there?
Yeah, calm, but looks can be deceiving. I mean, it's beautiful. Looks like a Bob Ross picture there. You just need to get some happy trees painted in there. But it is going to be very, very hot out there. You know, yesterday we made it up to 96 degrees. That was the raw number. We're going to be very close to that again today. 75 degrees out your door, so we're going to get there in a hurry. There it is. That's our average, 88. So we're supposed to be a little bit closer than that, and I think down the road in the 10-day forecast we will be, but certainly not between now and the first day of fall, which is Sunday morning to be exact, at 7:44 a.m. Nothing really doing on our live local radar, and not that much expected. Zoomed out across the region, we're looking just fine. Relatively noisy now in the tropical Atlantic, where we've got 1, 2, 3 waves. This one right here at the last check, I got to check the update again, but last check 40%. The models, they are all over the place. The GFS is the aggressive one. The European barely even develops it, so that's the reason why the NHC hasn't made that a red or anything like that. Here's the GFS. Again, this is nothing set in stone, but you're going to see it bubble up right over here, and it keeps changing where it forms, changing where it develops, changing how strong it even is. There are just so many unknowns, and remember, that's because as of right now, there's nothing there. Nothing's formed yet, and sometimes we just got to play the waiting game. I know it's kind of annoying, but nothing to panic about in the meantime. That's the rain, or the lack thereof, over the next 10 days. And meanwhile, the moisture meter stays elevated, and because these numbers stay elevated, so do these. We're going to be feeling like the upper 90s today, tomorrow. Not much relief from the heat because there's not much in the way of rain. Kiddos off to the school bus stop at 73, mild and dry, but man, oh man, we're going to be cooking this afternoon. Remember, that's the raw number. It's going to feel warmer than that, and it's going to feel very warm for high school football. Friday night football, going to be a nice night, but real warm at the end of the game. Still 82 degrees. Sticking with football, Jags are going to be sweating it out in Texas. Prairie View, 91's their start, and I wish I could tell the LSU players that it'd be nicer here, but no, it's even hotter because of the 2:30 kick. That coincides usually with our daytime high. That's going to be right in the mid-90s. In the 10-day forecast, now here's the thing, I got to keep saying this, the rest of this 10-day hinges on the fact that we're not going to be bothered by anything tropical out of the Gulf. So I got to point out, this is a quiet forecast, but it could change based on what happens down there. But we should definitely start to eventually get these temperatures back down. At 7:09, Johnny A., how are the roads?
Getting a lot better since the I-12 to I-10 exit has opened now. So that's what we're seeing here. I-12 over to I-10, all of that's open. It was closed last couple of 3 hours because of a crash near that exit where it takes you over to I-10. So here's I-12 approaching. That far right lane was just bumper to bumper a few minutes ago. Now they have opened that exit that takes you over to I-10. We had the incident right there. It involved a pedestrian being struck and unfortunately involved a fatality. They had a lot of inspection to do and interviews, and that's why they had to keep that closed. It's now open. We're still seeing some slow traffic on I-12, and a lot of that is due to the fact that now we're into the morning rush hour here on TGI Friday. 7:10, we do it every morning. It is our 9 News Now on WAFB Plus. Help somebody that you may know that might not know how to download the app. WAFB Plus app is free for Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV, and that's where you can see this very program. WAFB 9 News Now. We'll be right back.
(7:11) your time right now on that Friday morning. A few things going on today, and in the right now I want to make you aware of, including Do you have a medical marijuana card in Louisiana?
Well, there's a place opening up on O'Neill today for you to come visit. So this is a rendering of what that building looks like. It's a marijuana dispensary opening there at O'Neill Lane, 10 o'clock this morning. As Matt mentioned, you do need to have a valid medicinal marijuana card. If you think you might be eligible, they are hosting on-site consultations there today at 10 o'clock. You do have to pay for them, but just know that may be an option moving forward.
Hey, you got some options today if you're looking to register to vote. Today is the last day for Louisiana voter registration week. We got some big elections coming up, and there are ways to register. For example, you're seeing a few of those on your screen, from Assumption to EBR to Ascension, Liz.
That's it. And if you can't make it out to any one of these, keep in mind you can always register online or in person at the Secretary of State's office. You have until October 7th to take care of that.
Let's fortify your home, shall we?
We shall.
We've talked about this program for a little while now, right? Last year it was first come, first serve, but there's only so many slots. This year, Liz, they went to the lottery system, but we got a deadline.
Yes, we do. 5 p.m. today is your deadline to apply to make sure that you're even eligible to get in that round. They're selecting 300 applicants next week, and then they're going to pick 200 back up after that. So this may qualify you for some insurance discounts, some premium discounts if you have a certified fortified roof. We've got those details waiting for you in Matt's story online.
Speaking of Matt's story, not my story, the other Matt, the bright and shiny Matt,
the
good Matt, the good looking Matt, Matt Venezia, and Ethan Tuttle. They got the weekend kickoff coming. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to check it out. If you are hungry for football and you got to get your appetite going, Saturday mornings at 8:30. Join Matt Venezia and Ethan Tuttle. They'll get you all ready to go, football-wise.
So if you have any predictions for the big game there, maybe like the temperature, or maybe what color Gatorade, any of that. They want to know what your predictions are going to be. If you go to WAFB, formerly Twitter X page, they have that pinned for you here so you can weigh in, and they may read off some of your predictions on their show.
Talk about you in the best of ways.
I see what you did.
Venezia was live this morning over at the campus of LSU. SEC Nation is coming to town. That'll be a whole bunch of fun. Here's the thing, though, and I want to make sure
that like game day for SEC?
It is. It's game day. It's equivalent. I want to make sure that everybody understands this, though. Big game. Not the biggest game in the area.
I'm glad you've been giving love to this.
Southern's on the road. But LSU's at home. Nichols, home opener in Thibodaux. After everything they've been through, that's going to be a show. And Southeastern.
Come on.
Hammond America, the #1 team, FCS. South Dakota State coming to town. Go Lions.
It's going to be a good day. Show up at Strawberry Stadium. It's going to be a big weekend, a big football weekend at that. The Saints are at home too.
This is going to sound like a very stupid question, and I'm known for that. USC, we played them, right?
Yeah, this is UCLA.
Yeah. That's
California.
Right. Ding, ding, ding. We're going to play, Richard. Okay, good.
Aren't you going to the suite?
I'm going to the suite to eat and drink. That's about it.
I love that he admits it. That is a man who knows what he wants and knows what his plans to do.
Actually, it's the Stadium Club, so not really a suite. But
it's got his name on it, I hear.
Right.
It's time to gear up for game day at Team Toyota. Right now, get a new 24 Tacoma for just $269 a month, or get 2.99% financing for 72 months on a new Toyota Tundra. Score thousands in savings on your new Toyota from Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.